Hello, treasure hunters. It is Sunday afternoon, and I just finished watching the third episode of Gold and Greed on Netflix. Please excuse the whining dogs in the background. It's raining outside today, and nobody can go outside and play, so you'll just have to forgive me. If you haven't seen the series yet, you are in for a great surprise in the third episode. Of course, the first episode bled a little bit into the second episode, and then the second episode has bled a little bit into the third episode. But I think in the third episode is when I realized why they picked the hunters that they did. I realized I could see a little bit of myself in every one of those characters, and even Forrest himself. So I guess Justin, I am a tech person, and I saw a lot of interest in his character. He loves dogs. His dog's obviously a big part of his hunt, with the teaching it to sniff out bronze, which I would have never thought of. Then you've got Lou, who has his family, and he's this pilot, and he wants to be like the dad, and you want to cheer him on to, show up for his family. But then also, I love how he kind of went the back doorway with the property he found. And what are the chances that the property that he got led to, based on the clues, is a property owned by a family that Forrest Fenn directly had connections with? I wish they could have wrapped that story up in a little bit of a better bow. I've been filing FOIAs and doing that kind of stuff and looking at a lot of legal documents that I could find just to learn about John Collins Black himself. Then we have Cynthia, who, when she sprayed herself in the crotch with the bear spray, I was like, that is something I would 110% do on accident, just trying to be prepared and safe as possible, and then end up hurting myself. I wish I was finding this at retirement age and I didn't have anything else to do. But she was just, off adventuring, doing her thing, and, getting to know Forrest as well, making a new friend. And then the Hursts, oh my God, they had every, redneck bone in my body cheering for them. Even though the dynamite was highly unsafe when they did it, I was like, hell yeah! But I wanted them to win so badly just because I love an underdog, which is a position I've found myself in a few times. And then, Forrest Fenn himself. I am known, and all ADHD people are, but we're known for, if we're bored, we will do things to entertain ourselves. And I think that's what Forrest was doing in his late retirement. He's like, I'm going to invent this treasure hunt. People are going to come to me. I'm going to entertain myself, and then I'm going to play mind games with them about where the treasure could be. And it sounds like he did that up until the end. I mean, Cynthia pretty much ended the episode saying, he told her it would all come out. And then, unfortunately, he died, which, that was very sad for the family. And I wish the treasure hunters that really, were still coming to the house and harassing the family, if they'd had taken a little bit of look in the mirror and give those people some fucking time to heal. That was out of line entirely. So, with that said, I can understand why, amongst all the controversy and people begging for, hard definitive proof, why Jack Stoof didn't want to get too highly involved and reveal too much. I wouldn't have want myself out there that publicly to where people knew where my home was either. Of course, here I am making a YouTube channel. I am excited. I really fell in love with Justin's character. I know it's who he is. But when he busted out the facial recognition software that he built, I was like, oh my God, no way, I love this guy. I know John Collins Black has said that it is an analog hunt in a digital world, but early on in the forums, I remember seeing somebody comment, I don't know who it was, if anybody had done Morse code on John Collins blinks in his interviews. Now, having seen this documentary and seeing how Justin built this facial recognition software, I can totally see him being the one to, be analyzing all these clues of John Collins Black in interviews to see the same things. Now, John Collins Black obviously knows that Justin's done this in the past, probably. They're probably buds in some sort of way. Maybe he's playing into that, right? John Collins Black has said he's built these puzzles for all different types of people, the different ways people think and the ways people learn. You know, one of the small boxes has word games, another one's a fictional story. Then you have the treasure map, and then you have the poem that's the Ode to Forrest Fenn. And then you've got the Ode to Joy poem, and then the whole book. So in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that John Collins Black has built all of these puzzles around the people that he met during his hunt, that would have been his treasure family, if you will, and the different ways that they would have solved the puzzles, or the different ways that he saw them solving Finn's treasure hunt. I think it was Cynthia in the documentary who said that this is just a big game of problem solving. How hard can it be? Well, the Hurst used the Jefferson cipher for the Finn poem, right? And I know that was based on another hunter writing a book about the cipher. Don't remember his name. Then, you know, you look at the image of that cipher that's in the documentary and you're like, oh man, that looks a whole lot like the word search. So I'd like to think that John Collins went through and collected little tidbits of methodologies of solves from other hunters and then built the puzzles around those. So that's a wrap on the third episode, and I really thought this documentary was really good. I had previously said that I was not going to be getting involved in the Beyond the Map's Edge treasure hunt because it was out west, but after seeing this documentary and Justin leaving us with that sneaky cliffhanger at the end, I've got to say that I'm going for it. Leading up to the end, I was not expecting that there were clues within the series. That just makes me want to go back and watch it all over again, which I'm sure is what he meant to do, which I hope you're getting royalties because this thing is going to be watched a bazillion times. I'm probably not going to be able to get out west anytime soon to go boots on the ground. And thankfully, the book isn't going to be delivered to my house. Yes, I was like literally on Amazon ordering it while I'm watching the third episode. I won't get the book until after I return from my trip to Georgia to check out the Appalachian Footpath box at Springer Mountain. So hang in with me, guys, and more updates to come.